Oh, dude, this thing's got a freaking double roller on it. No. Well, I'm getting it. Damn it. Alright guys, well I literally just had my Foxbody detailed, or the front clip of it done yesterday by my buddy Chris down at Jack's Wax, and he was helping me out with it. I parked the car and then this morning I woke up to this. I cannot have nice cars. I don't know what it is. I woke up, walk outside, and this is what I see. So the car sat here overnight and I have obviously this puddle underneath it, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, and I can see there's a green hue towards the back, and then I'm like, whoa. So there's obviously something leaking here, and if I stick my camera right in there, you can see right on the timing mark, there's coolant. Coming up to the bolts, there's coolant. Bottom of the water pump, coolant. I look at the bottom of the thermostat housing. There's nothing dripping there, at least from what I can see. So our water pump is either out of the weep hole it's wearing out, but I think, honestly, I think the gasket failed, which gaskets can fail in these for two reasons. One, they just go out. If the water pump stops flowing adequately, it'll actually build up pressure and it'll blow the gasket out. So I think that's probably what happened, considering this thing's been running a little hotter than normal lately. A little annoyed about that because it's all clean. Look at how nice this thing is right now. I mean, it's like a mirror. It's the cleanest I've ever had it, and now I have to turn around and work on it. So I actually don't even have fender aprons, so I don't really know how I want to go about doing this. I'm gonna have to like lay polishing towels or something on it to like lean over it so I don't scratch it. But luckily I haven't done the front bumper yet. I still need to do that, and everything's mostly working on in the front. But either way, I hate working on a clean car. It's always a mess, and then you have to re-clean it afterwards. So luckily Marty, actually ironically enough, was already on his way to O'Reilly's to go pick up a part for his truck because his fan exploded on his truck. So I guess the clutch seized and blew the fan up. So he was on his way to the hub for O'Reilly's that has everything. So I told him, hey, before you leave, grab a water pump. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out. I'm really tempted. I have an F303 camshaft for this thing, and I really kind of want to put it in. I might hold myself back, but depending on the title of the video, I might cam. I don't know. I really should not put a cam in this thing right now. So yeah, I literally still have the detailing stuff in it. I have not even driven it since, but damn, oh well. All right guys, I got my Mustang flipped around. You can see from it sitting here for like a whopping 5 minutes. But you can see it's already got a bunch of water underneath it, so that's great. But I'm gonna start by going and power washing the front half of this thing. I'm gonna take the battery out. I'm just gonna degrease the front of the engine because it's pretty bad, because I've been daily driving it, so it's been getting a lot of stuff all over it. So it's a little bit easier to work on a clean vehicle, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it, and then we'll go ahead and dive into it, get the whole front drive off, and see what we're actually working with. Well, if you know anything about me, you know I have an amazing track record with coolant. I'm not using a funnel. These funnels are for weenies. Yep, spilt that everywhere. I try to do it without getting it everywhere. It's not gonna happen. No matter what I want, it's oh. There we go. I'm gonna try to reuse it, so I'm gonna dump it all out and get it into a pan, a nice clean pan, and then we'll reuse it, but I didn't spill it everywhere this time. Alright, well I got this far, and boys, I'll tell you what, I've been in this position way too many times, but I ain't no crazy car builder or nothing, but you can take a bolt and it kind of wiggles like that, but it's still tight and it kind of springs back. That's the world's way of saying you're about to break it, because it's twisting. You can see like it's kind of springy. If I pull it back, oh, did I break it or did I get it? It shouldn't be that tight, but I think I got it. Oh, I think I actually got it. Oh, I did get it. So this is where the gasket failed. It was right here on the corner. I don't know why they used red RTV, but they did. Whoever did this previously, but you can see it dripping down the balancer right over here. So it failed right in this corner. The thing I noticed also, loose, loose, loose. These were not tight. So there's 3 bolts on the water pump that weren't even tight, so that probably contributed to heat getting in when it expands and then killing the gasket. So water pump's actually not bad. The weep hole does not seep, but the gasket failed. I'm gonna go ahead and replace it anyways, just for insurance, because it's like 50 bucks to do so. So I have this new Murray. I'm gonna pull it out of the box, paint it, get it back on. bolts are bad. No. Alright, here's the fun part. Alright, here's the fun part of any job on an engine, is taking the gasket off. If you have not invested in an actual gasket scraper, go on any automotive website, or even I think O'Reilly sells them, and go buy one. I don't use razor blades. It's not prehistoric times here. Use tools that work. This is a little bit easier, in my opinion. Actually, a lot easier. This one I think was from Summit, and it has a blade on it. And you don't have to worry about slicing the crud out of yourself with it. It's not really that sharp. But it's designed to dig underneath gaskets and rip them right off. So it should take me about not even like 5 minutes to fully clean this. And then I will get it prepped for the new gasket to go on. Alright, so we got our base all cleaned up. You can see everything looks pretty good. I went in and cleaned the whole front of the motor. There was a bunch of gunk and dirt up there, so it's not perfect, but it's better than it is. I actually washed down the whole engine bay. You can see how much brighter the intake looks now. I'm going to go ahead and pop off the intake, the upper intake for now. I need to clean out that throttle body. It's sticking really bad, so it's like when I'm trying to drive the thing regularly, it's like it's like nothing or half throttle, which is getting super annoying, so I need to fix that. And then from there, I'll kind of make the decision, because to put a cam in this, I have to pull the condenser and the radiator out of it. I'm not really sure. I've been on the fence for the last 3 hours. I don't know what I want to do. I have the cam literally right here. I've had this thing for a while, actually. So this is an F303. This was sent by Neil Murray. If you're watching, I really do appreciate it. I still do have it. And this is a Ford Motorsport F303. It is a 288 duration, 512 lift, 114 LSA. The motor that was in that thing was a 280 duration, 512 lift, 110 LSA. So it was basically, this is literally like almost the identical cam that's in my truck right now, or was in my truck right now, that I will be running in my truck. And I'm just kind of on the fence, because this car gets 18 to 20 miles, like 18 to 22 miles to the gallon average, like everywhere. Depending on how I drive it, I'll get upwards of 22 on the highway, no problem. And it's just like, it has a cam already. It's already got true double springs in it. It has a bigger throttle body. It has the headers. It has the exhaust. It has the flat top pistons. It has everything. So it's like, I figure it can't get much worse, but there's this part of me that's like, because the power curve on that camshaft doesn't even start till 3,500 and it goes to 6,500. I wanted something more a little bit 2,500, because I do still daily the thing, but I don't know. I'm still so torn. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't make up my mind, damn it. There's a fine line between making a race car a daily and having a daily that's a race car. And everyone should have a race car and a daily. They should not be the same thing. So this thing is starting to get to more of something that's, obviously it's really nice now, but it's starting to be something that's more of a race car than a daily. So, I mean, it's on coilovers. I have coilovers for the rear, so it's stiff to begin with. It kind of breaks your back a little bit. It's kind of violent. The shifting, the clutch is heavy. So, I mean, obviously I've been driving it for a year now, so I'm used to it. And then before that I drove my Focus, and before that I drove my F100. So it's like, I'm used to driving harder cars to drive, and my Focus was slammed, so it wasn't really daily friendly either. But I kind of have to make a decision. So if I put the cam in this thing, it shouldn't really change too much. It'll be louder. It'll have more power. I'll probably sacrifice maybe 2 miles to the gallon. I can fix my throttle body. I can fix any sort of leaks up on the top. This thing burns oil through the intake, so I can finally fix that PCV and figure out what the heck is going on with it. Clean the intake out, because the intake's full of oil. But then I gotta pull the condenser and discharge my AC and then recharge it again, so that's 30 bucks. I do have all the gaskets, so I don't know. I might do it anyways. I'm sure all you guys would rather me cam it, so I'll probably put the cam in still. Okay, well, it's like midnight right now, I think. We're creeping up on like 1 in the morning. And I'm gonna go back on what I just said about the daily and the race car thing. I want to put the cam in it. I realize I have like the next 2 days technically off, because I'm very ahead of schedule on videos, luckily. So realistically, I have 2 full days to finish this. And I realize it already does have a cam, because it has true double springs in it already. Somebody's already built this motor. And so I imagine the cam that's in it's not small, but it's not huge. We're just basically going a little bit bigger, so we feel a little bit better about it. But if it sucks that bad, I'll take it back out. Figure you guys would rather hear the cam, so we're gonna put the F303 in it and we'll see what it sounds like. 2 full days to do this, but I am gonna have this done by tomorrow, hopefully around noon. I need to do an oil change, throttle body clean. I need to do a bunch of maintenance anyways, so I figure why not just do a cam install. I have to take the intake, valve covers, rockers, balancer, timing chain, timing cover, and then the cam comes out. If I can get the cam out and back in tonight, That's all I want. I'll finish the rest tomorrow. Spill coolant everywhere. Okay, there it goes. It's funny, I'm going back and looking at all this and I'm like, dang, I don't even remember how the heck I did some of this stuff. Got it. Yay. I feel like I'm making a huge mistake. Well, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, my condenser thinks it's a great idea. It's even smiling. Alright, let's see if we find anything interesting. I doubt it. Damn! So, if you guys didn't know, I put on some 1.6 roller rockers. I don't remember what the brand are, but they're nothing too special. It does look like one of them rubbed on the valve cover pretty good right there. Well, it looks like it clearance itself good enough. But yeah, as you can see, this thing already has pretty baller springs on it. And then underneath that, it has full silicone seals on it. And obviously the rollers themselves, and they're all lashed correctly, and they ran great. So we're technically just putting a larger cam. Oh, dude, this thing's got a freaking double roller on it. Holy crap, I was not expecting that. So, I'm gonna loosen all these. I can't remember what I lashed these out, or lashed these at, so I have to look at it. But I'll look at my spec sheet again. But I remember when I did these, it just took me like, I think it took me like 20 minutes to just lash all these real quick. So it shouldn't really be too big a deal. I'm just gonna go ahead and crack them all loose, come back, run them all out with the impact, take them all off, lay them all out on a bench, and then sort each lifter, and then pull the chain and slip everything right off. And it should be pretty easy. And then I'm quite literally going to just stick a flashlight in there and look at everything to get, you know, a feel for what everything was, or how everything looks inside the engine. And then I'm just going to take that other cam and put some assembly lube on it and just stick it right back in and put it right back together. I'd like to get the front cover back on it tonight so I can let it sit overnight, because the front cover is probably the biggest thing I need to let cure. Otherwise it's going to leak oil everywhere. So, but yeah, good thing is everything under here still looks good. I'm going to keep these rocker arms in order, mostly because I can see they're rubbing on certain spots. So wherever they're rubbing on either the rocker or the valve cover, I need to take a little die grinder too and make sure they're not touching, because that's just going to circulate metal and I don't want that. But this motor looks really, really good, which, I mean, is to be expected. It ran great. It smoked a little bit, but that was, from what I can tell, it's smoking on diesel because of the PCV system is failing. So I gotta look at that and figure out what's going on. I think there's like a check valve I'm missing or somewhere or something like that. I'll figure it out. All right, the moment of truth. That's the wrong size. Just realized I don't see an oil slinger anywhere on the lower gear. It's kind of interesting. Wow, what a nice car. Look at how nice that came off. So I usually use the cam bolt as a cheater. Thread it in a little bit. So this is a 9/16, so I'll use like a 3/4. And I can slip it out like that. Yeah, this thing has a pretty stock cam, I can tell already. If I can get it out. Ooh, wow, those bearings are in good shape. Like, pretty darn good shape. There. Nice. Attempt to grab the harder one first. I don't think either of these are coming out, damn it. Alright guys, well we're pretty much fully torn down, so now we're to a point where I inspected all the cam rings. They actually look really, really good. I mean, you can kind of see that one right there. It's pretty consistent. There's almost no wear on it at all, actually. It still has that initial coating on it, which is good. But I'll give you guys a little before and after. If we kind of look at maybe two lobes at a time, the two that are sticking up, you can see the one on the left is narrower. versus the one on the right is wider. So a little bit more lift. You can see it's a little bit taller if you're looking at the cam bearings, just slightly taller, and then narrower. So the duration's different, more duration, more lift. The lobe separation angle is slightly different. So you can see like this lobe's rolled over a couple degrees more than the other one. But yeah, F303, and I think this is an Extreme Energy, but I'll look it up. So we're gonna go ahead and lube this thing up, throw it in real quick. I unfortunately broke off that bolt even more, and that one's also broke off, so I'm gonna have to drill those out, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and set the cam in it, and then I'll worry about the bolts in the cover tomorrow. But so far so good. It takes like 3 times as long to do this when I have to film everything, but I want to show you guys everything as I'm doing it. So I want to pick this video back up in the morning, hopefully getting those 2 bolts out, and then getting the cam in and getting it all back together. Let's see if I get lucky. Wow, this thing is in there. I need to know easy. Yeah, this one's really dull. Damn it. No. I'm getting it. Damn it. Okay, so while we wait for the bolt or the penetrant to do its job on that bolt, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cam in it, because why not? So, I like to get this stuff from Napa, the Federal Mongol Seal Power assembly lube, or really just any assembly lube. This just has a bunch of zinc in it, so that's why I like using it. And luckily, this being a roller cam, you don't have to be like crazy careful like a flat tap it, but you still want it to not be dry. So the main thing is the bearings, because the bearings will take a second to get oil pressure. So. Alright guys, so you notice I got the cam in, and if you look right here, I've been working at this thing for like 15 minutes now, and you can see it's off the base of the deck, so it's starting to come out. I'm getting there. You gotta go so slow and then soak it in penetrant, go back and forth, otherwise you'll shear the head of it off. So this is like net number 6, and finally got it. So I'm gonna have to get an easy out for the other one, but we're getting there. I just wanted to document this moment. This is what winning looks like. Watch it snap right in front of me. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh my gosh, I finally got it out. Yes! Aha! Victory! Look at that, welded the whole front of it. That's how I get the bolts out. I should have just welded the other one, but you can see the other one's already prepped for an easy out. So I'll just throw an easy out in it, and based on this, I think that one's gonna be a lot harder. Great. Okay, well it's been like 2.5 hours of working at these bolts, so I got that one out. This one I had to drill. I used an easy out, which as you could probably tell, I broke the end of it off, which is like the most annoying thing ever. If you've ever broken a bolt off, let alone drill it and put an easy out, and you break the easy out, and this is one of the higher quality easy outs, and I still broke it. Then I had to use, if you break an easy out into a bolt, so this is something that a lot of guys forget and don't realize, is easy outs are made of hardened steel. Hardened steel does not, a drill bit is made out of hardened steel. You cannot drill through something that's harder than your drill bit. It has to be equal or less, or actually not even equal, it has to be less. If it's equal, they're just gonna fight each other. So you grab one of these guys, and it's got a little rock wheel on it. Actually, this was way fatter, so I ended up having to take this with this guy right here and file it down until it was the right size, kind of use them on each other, and then that was the right size that fit in here, and I could basically carve it out. It took me like a solid like 40 minutes of just using this guy to get it all out. But I finally got it out. You can see I have a mess of tools. All my specialty tools are out, and then I went ahead and threw a thread chaser in there and a tap, and I went ahead and started tapping to try to get some of the original stuff out, and I was slowly starting to pull parts of the old threads out from the original bolt that broke off in this thing. And then finally, once I drilled it enough, let's see if I can get you guys to see this. This is actually something I want to show. So that, as you can see by the hex shape of it, that is the end of the easy out. So I finally drilled out to it and I managed to pop it out. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then I actually got all the threads cleaned, and now I'm to a point where this is a snap-on thread chaser kit. If you actually aren't a snap-on truck, buy this thing right here, because you can actually get the warranty if you break any of these guys. They sell it on Amazon, but actually buy the snap-on one because you get free replacements if you ever break them. This is a thread chaser. So I started by tapping it, and then once you tap it, you can run a thread chaser with some PB Blaster or lubricant up and down a couple times, and you can see there's actually threads now. So we do have threads in all 4 of them. They are all clean. I'm gonna actually chase every single bolt head on the face of this block. And then we're gonna use a thread sealant on those so we don't have to worry about any sort of water coming out of them, because they do go into water jackets. And then for the love of God, people stop over tightening your water pumps. They're like, I'm pretty sure it's like 15 pounds. Everybody over torques the water pumps. They don't need to be that tight. You also want to use a sealant on them or an RTV on them so it doesn't get water around the bolt head and corrode it. You also don't want to run regular hose water in your block. I'm gonna reflush this whole system twice after I do this to make sure that's all coolant, because the hose water, if you don't have a sealant, is just gonna go right around that, and all the iron from your hose is gonna eat these bolts and they're just gonna seize. So take preventative maintenance if you're already this far to do it the right way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything all clean and throw it all back together. Damn it! Alright, let's put the coolant back in it. I'm actually using a funnel. Oh, this is such a dumb idea. Okay, you guys might have heard, but I already spilt it all over myself. Oh, there we go, baby. Let's go! Beautiful! That is precision right there. Ah, let's see if this is worth it. Oh, that was a bad idea, but a good one at the same time, baby. Alright, this is a cold start after it's been driven for like a week, so it's running a little bit better. I still need to tune it though. So the Foxbody works. I did fix it. Everything seems to work. The water pump works. Camshaft works really well. It did actually have a stock HO cam. I didn't really clarify that in the video. So I had a stock HO cam. I think it's around 244 degrees of duration. The new cam is 280 or 88, one of the two. So it's not a crazy jump, but it's definitely there. So it's noticeable, as you can hear in the idle clips after I kind of tuned it a little bit, put some different timing numbers in it. But I have been daily driving it for about a week. I'm filming another video on actually daily driving a cammed Foxbody and if it's worth it or not. So I'll give you guys an update on that. But regardless, the car looks really good. I got another video coming up about the detailing on the front of this thing and the whole car. We're gonna show you how I actually get the paint not to suck. And with that being said, leave a like on the video if you really did enjoy it. It would really mean a lot to me. Comment down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next video with the Foxbody.